Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the Terran Bestbold with TGN.TV, and today I have Magmaw for you in 10-player heroic mode. Yeah, more juicy 372 loot, oh yeah. So here are the short facts for this encounter. Well, the boss will have higher HP, 39 million to be precise. The boss fight will consist of two phases, this time 100% to 30%, and then from 30% until you are able to get your loot. And in phase 2, well, something new. Nefarian will be there to, ruin your day with his Shadow Flame barrages. And if you don't spread out at this point, well, guess what? Right, death and destruction for all of you. And there is a new ad type in phase 1. That's called a Blazing Bone Construct, and that will do all sorts of not so nice things to you in your raid. So I'll cover that one later. For now, let's get into the fight, shall we? So, out of the slow-mo and right into the thick of it. Now, basic setup stays the same. We have 3 healers, 2 tanks, of course, and the rest is DPS. Our rogue is a combat spec, so he can hit the ads and the boss as well. Now you see this fireball coming in, and there it is, our first Blazing Bone Construct. Now, first things first, on impact, that thing will spawn a moving ignition zone on the ground, and guess what? Right, move out of the fire, because it will do massive amounts of DPS. The ad itself has about 1.4 million health. It doesn't have a cleave ability, it has an animation that looks like cleave, but that's actually a fiery slash that will hit your tank for 75% of the normal damage that the ad would normally do. As fire damage, of course, but well, doesn't matter. And these ads won't spawn anymore in phase 2, so deal with them before you put the boss into phase 2. Otherwise, you don't want to have these ads running around. That's not too good. And, well, at 20%, these ads will go into meltdown mode. They will cast a spell called Armageddon that will be around for about 8 seconds, and it's not interruptible, so you have to kill the ad before Armageddon finishes. If you don't do that, well, guess what? Armageddon. Boom! So yeah, that's all there is to say about these ads. Just doing our thing. Tanks getting mangled right now, as always, which is me. Ouch. Chew, chew, chew. So, yeah. Chaining Magmaw, he crashes down. And at this point, I take the ad from our second tank. He is preparing to engage Magmaw. So I'm on ad duty now. And, well, funny thing, this is actually one of our worst tries, and I believe I've never played this encounter that badly. But, well, a kill is a kill, a first kill is a first kill, and, well, gotta make a video of it. Doesn't matter if I suck or not. So, again, catching the ads, and there on the left-hand side of the screen you can see the ignition on the ground, and this ignition zone will actually move back and forth, so give it a nice little zone of safety. Otherwise, you might get hurt pretty badly. Let's talk about the little ads on the ground. Well, there's one thing you can do that works like a charm, and that's a Death Knight on kiting duty. And Death Knights are actually able to do this whole job on their own, so you can have them kite and kill the lava parasites on his own, which is great. That means your other people are free to do other things, for example, kill the boss. And as always, guys, make sure you don't stand in the big crash that Magmaw does. If you do that, well, that'll hurt a lot. And if you're a tank standing in there and you're taking a Blazing Bone Construct, you'll get stunned, and as you know, stunned tanks don't avoid that much damage. Again, pulling the Blazing Bone Constructs next to Magmaw, of course, for a rogue to be able to cleave in there. And just doing our damage on the head. And there is one thing you can do. You can time this fight out a little bit. As you may recall, I said that at 30%, Magmaw will go into phase 2. Well, here's the thing, and the beautiful thing about that. If you have Magmaw on the ground, on the spike, well, he's got other things to do than enter phase 2. So that means if you time it in a way that Magmaw is about 32% when he's crashing down on the spike. You can actually take Magmaw down to, let's say, 20% while he's still in phase 1. Which is a great thing to have, because phase 2 is a lot of AoE damage coming in onto your raid, and, well, you might want to minimize that. So keep that in mind, will you? It's all about timing, guys. Always has been, always will be. There you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, fire going on, the lava parasites getting kited, and our Death Knight went basically in some sort of a V shape. Left side, the point somewhere near the boss, and then down again. Always walked this little route, whatever, doesn't matter. So again, Magmaw manually tank switch on the bone constructs, and get on with it. And you have to be careful a little bit. The animations for the Pillar of Flame and the bone constructs landing look quite the same, but you'll just need a few tries to get the hang of it. And as always, there is a priority on the bone constructs. So if you have your DPS guys going DPS crazy on Magmaw, while there are still bone constructs alive and you didn't say otherwise, for example, you just entered a head phase and you have a full HP bone construct, okay, then you can go all out DPS on the boss. But other than that, always focus on the blazing bone constructs. And if need be, I can also make a tutorial video on actually how to read and correctly interpret things like recount, for example. So actually, that's a good idea. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Would you like a tutorial on how to effectively use tools like recount to find out if things are going wrong and if someone is making mistakes but doesn't realize it or tries to cover it up? That's always an issue. So down there, comments, let me know what you think. Also, guys, hands down, that was great. The response to the Valiona and Theralion video was overwhelming. Thank you guys very much. And I think you guys all deserve a very huge pat on your backs for commenting, for giving constructive points, for giving good ideas, and for rating this video. So again, big thumbs up to you guys. I was very impressed. That gave me a lot of motivation to go on with the videos. So, as you saw, Magmaw below 30%, down on the spike, didn't change to phase 2, so we had him at about 23% when phase 2 hit. And, well, bad things will happen now. First things first, finish the bone construct that's walking out there. Lazy DPS, guys, bone construct. Dang it. Okay, well, at this point I believe we decided to go all out DPS on the boss and gamble a little bit. So, as you can notice, our raid is spread out pretty far. DBM range check says 5 yards. Well, do about 10 yards, then you're on the safe side. Also, you need some space for your DK. That's most likely kiting at this point to go through. And other than that, pop your rail cooldowns. They are very important in this phase. Still move out of the massive crash and stuff like that. And very important, nothing changes. You still have to jump onto Magmaw and chain him to the ground. Do that. That's very important, because that might be the added DPS that you need to actually take down this boss. So take care of that, and you will have juicy loot in your future. And as you can see, if you have good DPS in your raid, you can take about 0.8 to 1% of the boss's HP away in one of these head down phases. So yeah, well, that's it. That was Magmaw in heroic mode. Killed him the first time yesterday. And here's the video again. Hope you liked it. And if you have feedback for me, and I hope you do, post it down there in the comments. And, well, as always, if you haven't done so yet, please rate, comment, and subscribe to TGN World of Warcraft, where all the good stuff happens. Okay, there's the loot. There was the damage done. There was the healing done. I'm signing off. This has been Libertarian Baseball with TGN.TV. Thanks for watching and goodbye.